Hello, and welcome to this tutorial series on game design and development. My name is MJ, and I'm a university professor specializing in teaching game design. This tutorial series is my summer project, a tutorial for those who want to spend their summer project making a game. This tutorial series will cover every step of creating a game, completely from scratch. Everything but the game engine. Normally, when you make games, you work on a team, so each person can specialize in the thing that they do best. Sometimes, though, you just want to make everything yourself. Even if you aren't working with others, there are generally a lot of options out there to avoid making everything from scratch. There are asset kits with art, sound, even code, so you have a starting point and don't have to make everything yourself. But there is something to be said for the satisfaction that comes from being self-sufficient and not depending on things that are outside of your control. I recently participated in a game jam where the sign-up page included a disclaimer that you had to own everything used in your game jam project. Now, normally, the rule of thumb with game jams is you can use other assets as long as you paid for them and credit their source. But due to the strict wording on this jam site, I felt compelled to make everything myself. A wiser person may have taken this as a sign to join up with a team, but I decided to go it alone. I knew what specific objects I wanted in my game and how I wanted them to work, and I didn't want to compromise my design by relying on what assets I could find, which would have changed the objects I ended up using in the game. If you know what you want to make and you don't want to compromise your vision, sometimes you have to make everything yourself. And there are a lot of great games that have come from a solo developer going it alone. This is also just good practice for designers, because a good designer can show other people what they mean, rather than just saying the words and hoping for the best. Being a good visual communicator makes you a better designer. And being able to make a functional prototype is even one step above that. So let's get started making a game. This game is going to be in 3D, but if this goes well, I may do a second series like this one, making a 2D game. In this process of making a 3D game, we are going to learn to make models and textures, rig and animate characters, design and build levels, script gameplay, create UI art and functional menus, and add polish like particle effects, sounds, lighting, and post-processing effects. The tools we will use in this tutorial include Unity, Maya, Photoshop, Reaper, and Draw.io. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you will join me on this journey to make a game completely from scratch.